Uh, oh, I was just talking for the last minute and a half, thinking that it was rolling. Oh, that was so funny. And I actually have to press start. I actually had to press start before it wanted to start. How strange is that? So I was yapping away about my everyday pan, telling you all about it, telling my best jokes, and nobody was watching. So funny. Or maybe you were. I don't even know. It always seems to be rolling before I think it is. So, haha, jokes on me. So I am here today because my friend Ashton is hosting a benefit party for the Fraser Valley Foster Parents Association. And she is quite a lover of the cookware and all things kitchen. And also, a pretty friggin' amazing social worker. So we have those two things in common, along with strange sense of humor. So that's always fun. So it's been really fun to host her party this week. I feel like I really gotta step up my humor game because let me tell you, Ashton is hilarious. she's a hilarious woman. Somebody is here. Somebody is here. How exciting. Maybe it's Louise. I'm just going to even bet, or maybe it's my dad. I know he was interested too. So I am making paella in my rock crock. So paella hails from Spain. I have had the good fortune to go to Spain twice in my life. I'm just thinking about that for a second. No, I think it's twice. The first time I went with my dad and my mom and my sister when I was 15, and we were there for a month. My parents found this program where we could like trade houses, and somebody came and stayed in our house, and we stayed in theirs for a month for the cost of putting up an ad. So it was a really good deal. Pretty sure that thing doesn't exist anymore because somebody would be Airbnb-ing instead. So, but I was lucky to spend time, and I had the good fortune also to eat some delicious paella. So we're not sure if this is going to be quite up to the Spanish standard, but hey, this is like a quick version of paella, which is a somewhat complex dish. We're going to simplify it a little bit so that you're not having to watch me for 3 hours, right? Because that might be a little bit much, right? But the paella is being made in this beautiful everyday rock crock pan. This is a stoneware dish that has got a black glaze, a glass lid. This can go on the gas stovetop, people. Also on electric stovetop. It can go on the barbecue. It can go under the broiler. It can go in the freezer. It can go in the microwave. It can go on all the things. I can saute in this stoneware pan. So I'm going to make pie in it. So I'm going to start on the stovetop, and then I'm going to finish it. It's going to go into the oven, and then it's going to come out again. I'm going to add something and go back in the oven. So it's going to go all sorts of places. And when I got this pan, I was sort of like, oh, it's a casserole dish. It's so cute. But it's way more than a casserole dish. I can't even call it a casserole dish because it does lots and lots of things. So I was pretty excited about it when I made my first casserole in 25 minutes. So this cuts, because it can go on the stovetop, you can get things rolling so much faster. And that's the beauty of it. And it is pretty. So not only is it talented, it is also pretty. Because being pretty alone is just not enough around here. Let's just face it. You also have to be very talented. So, that is my plan. I think I mentioned that my good friend Ashton is hosting a benefit party for the Fraser Valley Foster Parents Association. There comes my child. She wanted to make an appearance in this video, so I'll see if she still wants to do that later, and she'll jump on here with me. So my friend's doing this. So not only is Ashton, I'm getting messaged. Ooh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, all the things happening all at the same time. So not only is my friend Ashton a hilarious human being, she's also a very talented social worker. So we work together with the same agency, and we have that in common. And so I'm really stoked to be hosting this party for her this week. And it's doing well already. So I want to thank anybody that's watching that's in that party. I want to thank you for your orders. We're all already doing well. We want to get the association to the 750 mark so that you guys get the double host bonuses that are happening in June. So if you want to host a party in June, regular party, gets, for parties selling over 750, you get double host bonuses. So some serious free product going on up in here. So let's get to it. I'm just going to flip this around and I'm going to do this so you can kind of see me and also what I'm working on here. Oh, this is pretty good. I'm just working on my camera placement so that, you know, you can see a bit of my face, but also you can see what I'm doing. So if I can just like make myself 4 feet tall, that would be perfect, but I can't do that. I mean, just yet, so you can see part of me. So I'm going to start, I'm going to chop up some, so move these. I'm going to chop up some, oh, Ashton is messaging me. Oh, yeah. Go, Ashton, go. I think she's forgotten that we're doing the live demo, so she'll probably clue in at some point. That's so funny. She'll be like, oh my god, I was messaging you during the live demo. That's so funny. Okay. I want to show you this. That lighting is really brutal. Hold on one sec. Okay, that's a bit better. I want to show you the manual food processor. Some of you have seen this, some of you haven't. And here's my beautiful chef's knife Pampered Chef chef's knife that I got for my $6,000 sales reward. That's right, a little while back I did that. I got this beautiful knife set, not all of the knives there, but half of the knives I got with this beautiful acacia wood cutting block for my $6,000 bonus with Pampered Chef. If you're interested at all in this business, this is the time to get into it, because let me tell you, I just sort of stumbled into it, and this business is booming right now. Booming. It's exploding is the word for it. So I'm just gonna oh, I've put too much in there. Look at that, I've overloaded it. It sort of can handle chopping about a cup at a time. So there we go. We'll just lighten it up a little bit for it. So you can chop your onions without the tears, with less tears. Now we also have a food chopper. Some people prefer that for the onions. I don't have one of those yet, so I'm doing it with the manual food processor, and just gonna do the last little bit. And this thing is kind of like a salad spinner. Ooh, somebody's getting excited over there. It's kind of like a salad spinner. Like it's just got like a, it's got rotors inside, so that the handle just spins the things that makes the blade go. There we go. That's as technical as I get, folks. So there we go. Got my chopped onions. So much easier. And when I'm doing like a lot of chopping at one time, this is when I find something like this is super handy. Like I don't mind chopping with a knife, but when I'm going to be chopping several pounds of something, when I'm making jam and I want to crush up my berries, this thing is my best friend. When I'm going to make guacamole or homemade salsa, this thing is my best friend. I wonder who's watching and if they want to let me know who they are. I know there's one person at least watching, and let me know who you are and how I might know you if perhaps your name wouldn't ring a bell. Sometimes strangers come on here, which is sort of starting to happen, and I'm like, wow, like the idea of a stranger just sort of stumbling into my live video is kind of exciting. There we go. Easy as that, people, to just kind of have a small dice. This is red pepper. I didn't say that. I've got my little scoop and scrape that I'm just going to scrape out of there with. So that's my manual food processor. So honestly, if I was chopping that up, it would take a little bit longer than that. And I'm a pretty fast chopper. So if you're chopping up for like spaghetti sauce, it's great for chopping up. We were discussing earlier how we like to manipulate small children into eating vegetables in a gentle, friendly way. And this thing is your friend, because you can throw mushrooms in there and you can, hey Shannon, how's it going? Nice to see you. I'm so looking forward to coming next weekend, now that we can come to the birthday party, to our Aunt Dorothy's 80th birthday party. So, loving the manual food processor. Isn't it awesome? So I can chop up mushrooms into indistinguishable pieces to sneak them into things. So Joel doesn't even realize it. Zucchini also does great in here. Any kind of softer vegetables. This doesn't do so great with like celery or carrots. We got to break out the knife for that. But I think softer than that, you're good to go. So if you're making spaghetti sauce, you can bust up most of the things in here. And easy to clean. It comes with a lid. So if you made guacamole or salsa in it, you can just take the blade out, put the lid on, bung it in the fridge. Beautiful. That's the manual food processor. Okay, so we're going to go over to the stove so we can start sauteing. So here we go. And I'm hoping that actually you're going to be able to see into the pan in a small way. I'm going to take this off. And what I'm going to do, oops. So there we go. That is heat. That is gas flame underneath my Rockcrok stoneware pan, using a little bit of olive oil there, and I'm getting my chorizo. My chorizo here. This is a Spanish sausage. I've removed the casings. I'm just going to let that warm up for a second. I've removed the casings. And so what I'm going to do is put it in my Rockcrok, and I'm going to bust it up with my mix and chop. Anybody, for some of you pampered chefers, you know, you would know about this. If you don't, it's a nylon tool, and it's got these kind of blades at the end, and it's beautiful for breaking up meat as ground meat as it's cooking. So I'm just going to throw that in. We got a nice sizzle going on. So that is still warming up. The trick with the Rockcrok, folks, because it is ceramic, it's not going to tolerate the same kind of beating as your average fry pan. So you just need to make sure that you've got kind of food all over the base of it. Like you don't have like one small thing frying in the center and then lots of heat going to the outside parts, because it will crack. So it just kind of has to be full. That's the trick with it, is what I'm hearing. This product is new to me, so I'm still, but that's the feedback I'm getting. You can make bread in this thing. You can make a casserole. I've made apple crisp on the stovetop. Some of you watched my other demo where I used it to make apple crisp. So I just melted some butter. I threw in the apples and the little bit of cinnamon and brown sugar, and I sauteed that for a while, and then I put my topping on, and I let it cook for a little bit longer, and then I broiled it under the broiler just to crisp up the topping. And so it took apple crisp down from like almost an hour to half an hour, like even 25 minutes. It was fabulous. So it's a really cool product. Oh, this is just taking a little while to heat up, and that's okay. And beautiful things take time. The lovely part about cooking on stoneware is the browning is really nice. And it's just, there's something really nice about cooking in natural materials. So the stoneware and the glaze being natural materials, just, I don't know, just it somehow just sits better with me, personally. That's just me. So I'm cooking up my chorizo. And that's going to start sizzling any moment now. Won't that be good? I see that there's 3 people watching. Who else is in here with me? Anybody else want to be brave and let me know that they're here? If I know you, or even if I don't, maybe you don't. Oh, it's starting to do some sizzle and pop now. All right, so my mix and chop is going to be my friend here. And I can just even start now as it's starting to sizzle, just breaking it up because I want it to be pretty broken down once I add in the other veggies. The other nice thing about the Rockcrok is you get this beautiful little booklet. This is where this recipe came from. You get this beautiful booklet. Here, let me just make it organized. That is full of, let's see, looks like about a dozen different lovely recipe cards that come with it. They look really good. It comes in this nice little folder, and so you just kind of have somewhere to start. I always like that. I'm just gonna scroll down here and see. Oh, hey Andrea, how's it going? Oh, I'm so excited. Andrea, my friend Andrea, sells Epicure, and I'm still learning all the things that Epicure has. And I know they have some cookware stuff. They have spices, beautiful spices, and then they have these meal kits. I'm going to try those tomorrow. I'm probably going to post about it, where I make mac and cheese instead of doing Annie's or like Kraft Dinner. Got these beautiful mac and cheese sauce mix that has really nice, clean ingredients instead of the stuff that comes in Kraft Dinner, right? So, you know, everybody needs some cheats every so once in a while, especially on a weeknight when you're trying to make it all happen for everybody. And so Epicure is going to help me do that. I'm excited to try those out. So if you're interested in Epicure, my friend Andrea is your friend. And I've shared her Facebook group to my page and to my personal page. If you're interested, I'll connect you with her. Okay, that's coming along there pretty nice. Still want to bust it up a little more. Okay, oops. Got chorizo flying all over the place. All right, I'm going to turn that up a little bit. Kind of want to avoid high with the Rockcrok. It's just not going to do, like I said, it's not going to do what a fry pan is going to do. We kind of have to treat it just like cast iron. We want to avoid the high heat. It's a little hard on it. It's the same thing with this. Like I can't just throw one piece of bacon in here and sort of hope that it's going to hold up. Same with a cast iron. Okay, almost there. And then I'm going to throw in my veggies and show you my garlic press. Actually, I have to go get it out. Where is it? Where did my husband put the garlic press? There it is. There it is. And then the cleaning tool. He doesn't like to put away. So it goes astray. Oh, well, that's okay. So there's my garlic press. I'm excited to show you that. Can you tell? Okay, this is almost there. Right. So I'm going to start with my onion. Throw that in there. It's looking pretty tasty. I don't need a lot of oil to start with because, of course, the sausage has a lot of fat. Delicious fat. And we want to save that. I know there was a time when we started to drain that stuff off, but it's not a really fatty sausage, so I kind of want to keep all that flavor in there myself. You know? Okay, so that's going. And I'm gonna do my garlic. So this garlic press is pretty awesome. Comes with a cleaning tool that is embedded in the handle. Of course, that is missing right now. So I'm just gonna look like a little bit of a fool and just tell you and just have to believe me that that it comes with a little cleaning tool, which is very handy, and it will be handy when I find it. And this garlic press, you can actually throw the garlic in there with the skin on. I find because I'm doing 4 cloves that it gets a little backed up if I do the skin on. So if I'm just doing 1 or 2 cloves, I can leave the skin on. Because I'm doing 4, I've taken it off. But this thing is pretty great. It just does a lovely job. Look at that garlic springing forth out of there like a geyser. Oh, yeah. And one more garlic. Oh yeah. That's going to be garlicky. Shake that. Even if I have some bigger chunks, it's all going to be cooked quite a while. It'll be all good. There we go. Beautiful garlic press. It does say dishwasher safe. I tend to baby things like this, and I would suggest hand washing it also because it's not really getting that grubby. You can throw it in the dishwasher. It does say that it's dishwasher safe. So, all right, these onions are getting there. I'm gonna throw in my hello, honey. How are you? You're good. I'm doing my video. I'm doing my video right now, buddy. We today went out to Mission to purchase a new Suburban. Well, new to us. This is the new work truck for Lorenzo Tile and the new family hauler. Super cool, lifted Suburban. It used to be a cop car. I was like in love with this thing. So we got to go out to rural Mission and pick this thing up. And it was a great drive and beautiful out there. It's sort of like, I want to live out here. Gorgeous. And so Joelle's just been outside helping her daddy detail this new vehicle. Because, of course, it didn't come quite up to Rick's standards, you know. So he's got to give it some, that kind of thing. All right, this is looking fairly good. And I'm going to be adding a cup and a half of long grain rice here in just a minute. The longer I have these sauteed, the better, that I get some browning. And probably if I stop mixing it so much, it'd probably be good. Sometimes I tend to overmix. Oh, I've got 4 people watching. And you know, it's funny, it says 4, but I find when I look back later, there was way more than the number indicated, so I'm not quite sure how accurate that was. But I know that there are some of you watching, and we're recording, and I'll be posting this later on the party page, so other people may watch later. Paella is a dish that is near and dear to my heart. It's something that my dad used to make when I was growing up after we went to Spain. And Dad brought back a beautiful steel pan, paella pan, that we used for the longest time. And it's the kind of pan that you need to season, like cast iron. And it's a raw steel pan that you need to oil and grease. And over time and many uses, it develops a beautiful seasoning. And I'm not sure what became of that pan, but boy, did my dad ever make some delicious paella. I don't think this paella is going to be quite up to snuff, but I think it'll be pretty good. It also features another thing. I'm just going to scroll down here to see. Oh, yeah. Hey, Ashton, how's it going? I'm late, kids. Yeah, kids, right? Oh my gosh. Today, I was almost late because I went to pick up my online shopping order at Superstore, and I never placed it. And that was at 3, with this at 5, and then I start to panic. And I'm like, oh, Nelly, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. And then, of course, my husband bailed me out and went and got others. I went to the grocery store with Joelle in tow and burned around there like a maniac. There was, of course, a lineup. It was all very exciting. Got back here, and I'm like, I don't have any saffron. Please, honey, will you get me some saffron? So he went to Fruitacana. Bless him. He doesn't really, it's not his favorite place to go. He feels in over his head. Anyway, so he went and got the saffron there, because that's the cheap place to get it, because saffron's otherwise really expensive. Adding the rice. This rice is going to cook for a couple minutes. And he bailed me out, bless him. And I think for those of you that watched last week, you know that he bailed me out. So I definitely have a support crew over here of 1.5, one of them being Rick and the other one being Joella. So bless my little family. And they're pretty supportive when it comes to me doing these videos, you know. And being a diva, right? All right. Here we go. So the feature of this dish is prawns. My father-in-law, Rick's dad, takes great joy in going out to collect prawns and then giving them to us. So I'm okay if he wants to do that, like, you know, forever. And then I'm happy to, so he brought them, they came for dinner the other night, and he brought me 4 packages. So we're going to have some of those in here. And of course, I wish you were here to have it with me. And during pandemic times, that is complicated. And so, you know, you're just going to have to enjoy me eating it. So, my apologies. All right, so I'm adding some broth, and it has the saffron that's been just kind of sitting in there and marinating, I want to say. That's not quite the right word, but soaking. Soaking is the correct word that I'm looking for. Those saffron threads. Seriously, you go to Fruticana or any kind of Indian grocery store, and it's a quarter of the price. Not even joking. It's not, and you also, almonds, there's another thing to get there. There's a few grocery items to get at, you know, an Indian grocery store. You know, foods that kind of fall into that, into the everyday uses of South Asian cuisine. And yeah, almonds, half the price, saffron, a quarter of the price. So that's pretty exciting. All right, I just need to consult my little recipe card here, because what I believe we need to do now is put this in the oven. And bring to a simmer first. Okay, good that I didn't jump the gun there. And then I need to put it uncovered 16 to 18 minutes. Okay, this is the first time making this. I really like to fly by the seat of my pants and make things for the first time on these videos, because I mean, making something that I make all the time would just be a little bit boring, right? So so yeah, I kind of like to try something different. I've made paella before, but not for ages. So it's kind of new to me again. Oh, here comes my little person. She's coming into the... You want to come say hi? I want to do it. You want to do it with me? Why don't you go get your chair then, honey? Okay, I'll get the chair. Somebody wants to do it with me. I like to allow her the decision to... I don't like to influence whether she's going to be in it or not, so we need to be away from the stove, okay? So why don't you put it right there, and there's sharp things there that you're not going to touch, right? Okay, there we go. There's my little lady. You want to say hi? Hi. Hi. So I like to let her decide if she's going to come in, because otherwise it feels kind of wrong. I kind of like the idea of her giving consent. What can I do? Oh yeah, Shannon, good tip. Yeah, go to East Fraser Street tomorrow for groceries. Yeah, certain things. What can I do? Right now, this is what I'm doing. I'm just simmering this to see how it's starting to boil, honey, here on the edges. And I just want it to kind of boil all over, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. So what you could do is get the oven gloves from under there. Can you get those for Mama? I know I have to move your chair again. Sorry, buddy. There we go. Okay. You want to get those out of there? For me. Actually, Mummy's going to use those to put them in the oven, okay? Thank you very much. Yes, that is wonderful. All right, this is starting to simmer. And then I'm going to put it in the oven for 16 minutes, uncovered. I really want to get it going. So this is the beauty of the Rockcrok, is because you can really kind of get things up to heat on the stove. And then, you know, when you fire it in the oven, it's just sort of to keep it going, not to get it up to speed. So that's when you're cutting your cutting times way down. So for speed cooking, which sometimes we need to do, this tool, this beautiful pan is a great time saver. All right, so this is looking like. I'll just angle this down so you can see beautiful Joelle and my simmering paella. What do you want to tell them? Do you want to tell them what we did today? Yeah. Yeah? What did we do? Did we go for a... Fry. Yeah, and what did we get? A cookie. Oh, yes, we did. Actually, I think a muffin, right? Yeah. A muffin. What else did we get that's in the driveway now?
We also got a new truck.
Yes. So that's pretty exciting. It's all we haven't even ridden in it yet. So that's how new it is. Okay, careful, I'm going to open this, right? Okay, this bad boy is going in here. For 16 minutes. 16, start. And then I'm going to move this back over here, Joelle, and we can just chat a little bit over here. So can you move your chair over by the knife block over here, honey?
Yeah, and we're going to cut stuff.
And we're going to show them all the tools. So you can decide what tools I'm going to show them, okay? So bring your chair on over.
A knife. Oh, I want
Okay.
my knife.
Oh, you want your knife. Okay, careful. Oh, that knife. Yes. Why don't you bring your chair over and you can show them your knife, and then Mommy will show them some of the other Pampered Chef while she brings her. This was one of the scrapers that I was using to get stuff with. This is the scoop and scrape. So it's like a spoon and a scraper. This is a great thing for batter because you can actually transfer as well as scrape with this thing. So it's like a spoon and a scraper in one. Great tool. This is new to me. I love it.
This is my knife.
Yes. And what do you do with that knife?
I cut stuff.
Yes. And it's also a butter knife, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And what did you cut the other day for me? Do you remember?
But I cut something for you right now.
You could. I will get you something to cut. What did you cut? What did you cut the other day when I was making jam?
Strawberries with my mother.
Yeah, totally. Okay, Joelle's going to cut you some mushrooms and we're going to show off her knife skills. I'm going to show you my chef's knife. This is the sort of the top of the line. What's that?
I'm Joelle.
You are Joelle. Is there anything else that you want to say?
No.
Before I start yapping on about knives? So this is the kind of like the biggest, baddest chef's knife. I always go the wrong way, and I'm like, how come it's not going on the... So this is the big chef's knife, beautiful metal tang, German steel, wooden handle. This came in the knife set for my sales thing, and I just love it. It's just nice and heavy in a good way in my hand. Beautiful knives, really nice knife. Now, if you're a chef, maybe a chef would say, wow, because chefs spend thousands on their knives. So these aren't quite there, but they're almost. For somebody like me who's, a home cook, they are an absolute delight. You are a home cook. You're a great cook. And then another like value knife is this utility knife, coated utility knife, lime green, sexy, and 19 bucks. So you got all the way to the top of the line, and then you even got paring knives. They're $4.50 a piece, I think, or 3 for $10.50. So there's something for every budget in Pampered Chef. I like how they do that. And all the knives come with hi. And all the knives come with beautiful guards, so that if you're needing to put them in your drawer, if you don't have a knife block, you have something to protect your fingers from getting sliced off, and that's always nice. This is another handy little tool. It's a Microplane Zester. I may do a little bit of lemon zest into the paella later. I think that would be kind of nice because it's got lemon juice, and I always find where lemon juice goes, lemon zest often is a nice boost to flavor, right? So that's just something to think about. This thing I've had for like 8 years. Dishwasher safe, also comes with a guard. It's great for like Parmesan on the table, zesting, lemon, lime, orange. Love it. Super sharp still. Hasn't gotten dull. These are professional shears. These things also come with a guard, and these I use in the garden. I use them for snipping herbs. I use them for pruning. I use them for cutting chicken. They can also go in the dishwasher. They have a little lock like most shears do, and then you push and it should open. Anyways, I love these. I have 2 sets. They're sharp as can be. I've also had both of them for like 8 years, and they're still amazing. So this is just a really nice. They're also good for just regular scissor things. So Joelle and I craft with these, don't we? Do I use these when we do arts and crafts? Yeah. And what else have I got to show you? The mixing bowls. This is the stainless steel. These are the lids. Stainless steel mixing bowls. Joelle, when do we use these the most?
For cooking.
Yes, and particularly for making
Cookies.
And
Muffins.
and cakes. Cakes, baking. But they're really good for all sorts of things. They're great for taking potluck. Take your pasta salad there. The lids are tight fitting, so nothing's coming out of that. They've got a silicone base that helps it grip the counter, so it's not skidding around while you're whisking your eggs. I always find that irritating. This is like a silicone ring for just kind of grabbing onto for the tough mix. They have the measuring markings on the side. I've had these also for 8 or 10 years. I can't even remember. I use them almost every day. It's amazing that all 3 of them are clean at the same time because usually one is always in use with leftovers in it. So I love these. For big baking projects, because I make bread, I love the medium one. They come in a set of 3. They're not cheap. I will say, I think they're $112, and you're going, whoa! But for something that you're going to have for a decade, and they go in the dishwasher, for something that you're going to have, it's like an investment in quality. I don't think any other brand would have lasted like these have. So I'm so glad. I would buy them again in a heartbeat if I needed to. Like if I lost them or someone stole them, I would buy them again in a second because that's worth it to me. So the other thing I brought out here, I'll just move this, and Joelle's going hardcore on
Hi everybody, I'm cutting mushrooms.
Yes, she is cutting mushrooms, so we'll just show you what she's doing there. I'm just going to move this a tiny little bit and move this sharp knife. And I'm going to show them the quick cooker. Do you want to tell them what we've made in here? What have we made in here, Joe? Do you remember? Have we made, what was the stuff we had last night for dinner? For dessert?
Cheesecake!
Cheesecake. We've made cheesecake. This is a pressure cooker, pretty much. It's like an Instapot. Yes, Joelle?
I want to put it in.
We're not going to put it in here. I'm just going to talk about this thing. We're not cooking in it right now, okay? We will cook these up in a fry pan a little later, okay? So this is like an Instapot. It has tons of pre-programmed settings, so you can do rice. I've made pulled pork, pulled chicken. I've made rice. I've made risotto. I've made risotto. So this thing cuts cooking time at least in half, and often by more. So pulled pork in less than an hour. And it usually takes 4 or 5 hours, honestly, in a slow cooking kind of a scenario. White rice in 4 minutes. Brown rice in 15. So I am loving this thing, and the things that come, I've made pot roast, that was less than an hour. It's a pressure cooker, things go way faster. So in a pinch I've made, yeah, can you just leave that there for right now? I'm not quite ready for that yet. Can you just leave that there for right now? We are going to cut that up. Joelle was just picking up the chives that are over there on the counter, and we're going to slice those up into the paella at the end when everything else is cooked. Because we always put green herbs at the end. That's something I learned from some TV chef, right? The green herbs need to go at the end. We don't chop them in there and let them boil away because they get bitter. So that's good to know. So this is a beautiful thing. It's regular 300, and you're going to go, whoa! But what I did was it was the host special on the month that I bought it, when I hosted. So I got it for $120. So if you want something like this, it's a good thing to have a party for. Whoa! To have a party for, just not close to Mommy's face, right? Mommy, Joe, that is a sharp knife that I don't really feel awesome about you having. Okay, you show them, and then can I have it, please?
This is my mom's pampered chef knife.
Yes, it is.
She uses it for pampered chef.
It matches your shirt.
Yes, I know. It's perfect.
Yes. Do you have anything else you want to say about it?
Okay, it cuts really well.
It does.
And we like it a lot.
Yes. Right? Do we need to say any more about that? I think that's the best that I could think of.
Mom, could I do something?
You want to do something else? Okay. What else do you want to show them? Why don't you find something that you could show them?
I don't want to show them anything. I want to cut something else.
Okay. What would you like to cut? We have 7 more minutes until we're going to go over there. What we could do is cut up our chives a little bit to get those ready. Okay. Mommy's going to do... Actually, you know what? Here. You can use your little scissors, and you can cut the chives. So I'm going to bring them over to you. Okay? So what I would like you to do, buddy... And you're just going to see, I'm just going to show you here. And I'm just going to show you first. See? Little pieces like that. Small as you can go. Okay?
I can do it.
Perfect. So lately, Joelle's been like really keen to just make a little pile there. she's been really keen to help. So I got her started when I was just processing strawberries the other day because I got a flat. Because I've been hoarding berries because it's strawberry season right now and throwing them in my freezer. And she was hulling them for me with her little butter knife. And you know what? She's super helpful. She did like half of them. So that was pretty cool. I was going to scroll down and see if anybody else is chatting up a storm. No, it's just the magical meat squisher. Yeah, I must be talking about the mix and chop. I'm just going to chat about that another minute. I have a couple more little things that I used and didn't talk about. So that's the magical meat squisher. And again, this thing is great for making pastry. I've made it with pastry, breaking up cookie dough, anything where you're just trying to combine chunks kind of and chop them into smaller bits. And the edges are quite sharp. And so whole canned tomatoes, those are the best kind of tomatoes to cook with because the grade of the tomatoes is higher generally than the chopped up ones. If you think about it, it kind of makes sense, right? And so breaking up whole canned tomatoes while they're in the pot, because it's nylon, you can use it on Teflon. It's nonstick safe, you know, best. I think it's $24. Don't quote me on that. It's right around that. It's definitely under 30. Great tool. And this is like in the Pampered Chef wheelhouse. This is one of their top selling units. Also the garlic press and the manual food processor. Those three things. I've sold a lot of those.
And we love our mom very much. She's a really good chef. And
I'm not a chef, honey, but that's really nice that you said that. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Oh, warm my heart. Gosh. So this is a stainless steel whisk. Really nice unit. It's got this little bump there, which actually it's handy. It's kind of spacer and it kind of helps it from sliding into the bowl. Really nice quality implement. How do we order? You can order, Shannon. You can message me, and what I'll do is invite you into my current party. I've got one party going on right now, one party next week. So I'll tell you which one, who's running each one. There are actually 2 fundraisers, so you can decide which one you like more, and we can just pop your order in there. So fabulous, Shannon. Thank you for asking. This particular live demo is for my friend Ashton, who is running a party to benefit the Fraser Valley Foster Parents Association. So these are essential workers, I think, right? Because they certainly haven't had a break. These are essential workers who are caring for kids in care. And so they have an association to support their work, and we want to get behind that, right? And so my friend Ashton is also a foster parent, and she's organizing this so that they can generate products that they can then raffle off to generate funds for the association. So I'm going to be making a donation, either of a product or some cash, whatever makes more sense. For Ashton and what she's doing. And
Who is Ashton?
Ashton is my friend from work. We work together with the same nonprofit, and we are both social workers, right? And Ashton has an amazing sense of humor. I was kind of like, I'll be honest, Ashton, I was feeling a little nervous when I came on here. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be witty enough because you're stinking hilarious, right? This is a batter bowl. Let's just carry on, right? This is a batter bowl. We got 3 more minutes until the paella is out. It comes with a lid. I've also had this for ages and ages. There's a more modern look to the later ones, but it's virtually the same thing. Really nice for marinating meat and then keeping it in the fridge with the lid so the stink of the onion or the rub or whatever doesn't get all over everything. And it's really nice, nice quality and great for mixing in. Oh, thank you, Ashton. I'm magnificent. Oh, that makes me blush a little bit. Oh, how are you doing there? Look at what a good job she's doing, hey? She's really quite, got good fine motor control, I think. And she's 4, but like, you know, this is pretty cool that I can just sort of chill out over here while somebody's chopping chives. Like, I can get behind that. That's pretty nice.
I know that you're listening to me.
Oh, I am listening to you.
Well, I don't know about my stuff up in my room, but I do have a cute little bunny, and his name is Peter Rabbit.
That's pretty awesome.
My mom's name is Ursula.
That is my name. And my business name is... Do you remember? It's Come Cook with Ursula and Pampered Chef. If you're watching this, you're probably on my page. Like and follow my page. This is super helpful to me. I have a YouTube channel. All the videos that I made are up on YouTube. If you go to my page, I'll share the link. I don't know if I shared the link to my page. I'd share it to my personal page, but I should probably share it up to my business page. Go to YouTube and like and follow, or like and subscribe to my channel. I have a YouTube channel. I kind of really quite have my head around that, even though there's like 15 videos up on there. I'm hoping that one day, you know, who knows, maybe I'll make money at all this, like, at least from YouTube. I am making money, 20 more seconds over there, so that's exciting. I am making money at Pampered Chef, though, let me say. This is a thriving business right now. Yeah. So you could be a consultant, too.
Please stop.
Yes, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, 7 minutes, 7 seconds.
Okay. I am cutting chives.
Very close.
They're very hard to cut, but I love chives, and they're a great thing, and they're just so yummy with my little head.
You are the sweetest, awesomest 4-year-old. I'm sure there's other awesome ones out there too, but I'm kind of partial to mine. Okay, Joe, we're going to move this over here. You're welcome to come over with me, because everybody's going to want to see. I know you're not done, so you can always move your chair, or you can keep chopping, whatever you'd like, okay? Okay, you keep chopping, and careful with your scissors, buddy. So what we're going to do is we're pulling this out. Oh yeah, this is looking good. After you're done, Bubba, yes?
After I'm done, I'll come over there.
Sounds good. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now, this is looking, let's just give it a little stir. Oh, it's just sounding perfect. And I'm going to be adding the rest. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Everything is absorbed. That's the goal. And you want paella rice not to be like overcooked. Kind of like risotto. You don't want it to start breaking down. So it's going to be cooked, but just. So I'm going to be adding, I need my knife. I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I'm going to be very approximate here. Just go like this. The lemon is just going to brighten up those flavors like crazy. I'm just really learning about cooking with acids lately, and something that complements salt and fat beautifully is acid. I mean, we sort of, when we know that and you look to other things that are tasty, you see that it's true. But now that I know that lemon juice and lime juice and almost everything, or red wine vinegar, like, it just amps up the flavor, you know, even just that little bit. So I've got my Microplane Zester, and I'm going to also just do a tiny little bit of zest here, because that's also going to deepen that lemon flavor. It's a little hard with the deflated half of a lemon, but there we go. That's my Microplane Zester, also Pampered Chef, fun little tool. Great, super handy. Had it forever.
Mom,
yes, honey?
Please don't use the other part of the lemon, because I want to lick the other part of the lemon.
Oh, she wants to lick the other part of the lemon. I can get behind that. That's cool. So we've got some beautiful prawns that Gary, my father-in-law, sent me. So I'm going to have to send him this video so that he can see me cooking with the beautiful prawns that he brings us. He delights greatly in bringing us seafood that he has caught. I love that man, right? I know not everybody's into the seafood, but I'm going to throw these in. And these are going to cook so easily that it's ridiculous. Okay, and I'm putting in a cup of peas. Peas do exist in paella in many recipes. They're gonna brighten up and look nice and green. Hi everybody.
How you doing?
Gonna give some salt, half a teaspoon, and some pepper. Isn't that looking so good? I'm pretty sure in also something that's missing here that probably is in traditional paella is tomato. It's chopped up tomatoes, but those are a part of the mix. So that's also, we'll keep that in mind. Now I'm going to check back to my recipe. I'm going to make sure I'm not missing anything. Again, it's a new recipe to me. No, it's looking pretty good. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bake for another 2 minutes. Just so those prawns can kind of finish firming up. They cook so easily. I don't want to overcook them. Hiya. I'm going to put it covered. I can't remember. Cover. Yes, I'm going to cover it with this lovely clear lid. Put it in for 2 more minutes. 2 or 3. Maybe I'll give it 3 because those prawns are big. There we go. Just gonna set that timer for 3 minutes. Start. It's almost time. It's almost time to eat. To eat. Are you hungry for dinner? Oh, how are we doing over here with our things? Careful with your scissors here. Your face,
I am
right?
doing very good at my job.
Yes, you are doing very. Can I do some of them with you?
No.
You can do those ones and I'll do these ones
No,
and we'll chop together.
no.
Okay. I said you could do them and so that I shouldn't be stepping in there, right? Right, people? Just let her do it. So we got 3 minutes on the timer and let me just do a plug. Again, join the party. I've posted this to my personal page that any person can join the Fraser Valley Foster Parents Association Benefit Party. That's a handful. I can connect you if you're trying to connect and you can't find the post and you just are in a hurry. Message me, let me know. Shannon, I'll send you an invite. You can join the party and shop away. I can help you over the phone. My phone number is 604-219-8613. I can help you order in any of the parties. This goes for any party that I host. Happy to do it over the phone. It's nice to chat away, right? And have it be kind of personal. So I love doing phone orders. If you're just not an online shopper, I can help you do that over the phone. Yes, Joelle? Yeah.
I am cutting very good chives.
Yes, you are. Where did those come from?
Our garden,
Ooh.
which we love.
Which we love. We do love our garden. Yeah.
And yes. I'm just going to keep going.
Yes.
My mom can tell you the rest.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, we do love our garden. We spend a lot of time out there. So that's my plug for the party. If you're interested in having a party to like earn back or earn an air fryer, I've been posting about the air fryer, videos about it. So an air fryer, only hosts can get an air fryer right now by hosting a party that sells over $7.50. Or one of the cooking blenders, that's another, just let me finish my thought and then you can join me. The Pampered Chef cooking blender is something that you can host a party and get a big discount on it, or it's possible to get it for free if you sell enough stuff.
And my pants are flowered
And your pants are flowered pants. And my dress is a flowered dress. I was sort of thinking that this was a little bit Spanish because we're making Spanish paella, like as in from Spain.
And I thought
just keep your shirt down, okay, honey?
I
Because
thought
on the
I
internet.
could wear this dress.
Yeah, it's a very nice dress.
And it's very intended for cooking.
Yes.
I love it, and it's very pretty. And
it is. I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna move this over here, and we're gonna put the paella right here. Okay, so everybody can see.
So I'll cut over here.
Okay, that sounds good, honey. That sounds good, buddy. Because this is really hot. Instead of moving the camera again, I'm just gonna bring it to you, folks. Oh! We like to say at our house when dinner's ready, it's ready! That's what we say at our house. This is very hot and I want you to keep some space, okay? Very hot. Oh, look at that. Beautiful paella. I'm going to keep my mitts on here, my Ugg gloves. And that is looking fantastic. For a 40-minute paella, it's looking pretty incredible. Those prawns are cooked, but not too much. Here I've got a little serving dish here, my little 1-cup prep bowl that I'm going to just serve a little bit into so I can taste it. Whoa. And we're going to, Joelle, can I put some of those chives?
No.
Can I just take these ones and you can do the rest? Honey, I need to use these for the recipe. Please.
No.
Would you like to put them on then?
Not yet. Yes, I
Okay.
would like to put them on, but not right now.
Okay. Maybe that will have to wait, and we'll have to imagine the things because we're running quite long on our video, so I'm going to stop it soon, Joelle. So if you want them to be. So, here, let me hold this. Now I'm going all over the place. Let me hold this up so you can see. Look at those prawns. Look at that chorizo. 40 minutes is the recipe time on this. Let me get another utensil since the other one slid to the floor. And you can imagine it with chives over the top. But those chives are being held ransom by a 4-year-old right now. So I can take them. You ready? Oh, good. They're out of the ransom, they're out of the ransom situation, and now they can go on the food. Yay. Okay, I'm going to show you again because that looks really pretty with the chives. Woo! It calls for parsley. Nobody in my house likes parsley but me, so I'm doing chives instead. But, you know, if you like parsley at your house, parsley is the traditional addition to this. The saffron in this is so aromatic. Saffron is expensive, but it is worth it. And I mentioned earlier, and I'll say this again for people that are watching now, you get saffron from Fruta Cana or a South Asian grocery store because it's a third of the price. Thank you very much, darling. Okay, I'm going to taste this. I'm so sorry that this is the moment where you're all going to go, oh, well, this part kind of time, you get to eat the food and I don't get to eat the food. Well, it's just like the Food Network, people, so. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really good. That is, I have to say, I've had real paella. That's pretty darn close. I always have to mess with recipes. It's kind of my thing. I'm kind of like, I have a problem. I think it's a genetic marker because I know my dad has it too. Don't you, Keith Watt? Anyway, I just have to mess. So I didn't mess with this recipe at all, other than changing to chives. But the one thing I would add is I would chop up some cherry tomatoes. And I would add those in at the saute stage once the things were sauteed. And then that would just add a little bit of a depth of tomato flavor in there. So that would be one thing that I might do. Yes. Can I move this over so we can say goodbye?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I don't want to say goodbye.
I know, but pretty soon it's time to say goodbye, honey. And then we can eat our dinner, right?
Mommy, please move my chair.
Okay, I'll move your chair. Careful. And remember, this thing is really hot, so we don't want to...
I'm just cutting.
Okay, you're going to cut it right into there. So I'm going to take this moment to bid you adieu. It's been almost an hour, so that's plenty long enough for y'all to suspend your lives and watch me on the internet. So for anybody that watched the whole thing, mwah. To anybody that is watching, period.
Oh my goodness, I love you.
Careful with those near your face. What do you want to say to folks to say goodbye? Anything? Do you want to say anything? Good night, everybody.
Good night and bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching. It's the Ursula and Joelle Show.